Hey there, my name is Anna Claire Stinson. I'm a career counselor in the University Career Center, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to compose an effective and professional email. So we send a lot of emails every single day, whether it's to our professors, to academic advisors, to our peers, and even to employers. So it's really important to portray professionalism in every email that you send, because once you send it, it's out of your control. It's out there forever. All right, so we're just going to walk through each section briefly here, and I'm just going to give you a few tips. So in our to section, if you're not familiar with the CC function, that means carbon copy. So that basically means whoever I am primarily addressing it to will go into the to section. But if there's someone who needs to be kept in the loop on this email, but you're not necessarily addressing it to them, you can put it in this CC section there. All right. Just know that if you were to send an email to me and CC somebody else, I can still see that person's email and vice versa. So just make sure you stay aware of that. We're going to move on to the subject line here. Important to have a helpful subject line. If you're sending an email to a professor, include the course name, course number, and section number, and then the topic of this particular email. So in this sample email I've composed, the main point of it is to request an appointment. So I'm going to put that in this subject line, so it's easy to search for later. Okay, if you're emailing regarding a particular program or a particular project, anything like that, then put that in the subject line. Okay, then we move on to the actual email portion with our greeting. Important to be formal here and respectful. So we want to start off with hello, good morning, good afternoon, dear, anything like that. Just try to avoid hey or what's up, something like that. We don't want to compose our email as we would a text. All right, and then we move on to the actual name. Always address it to a particular person. So with the actual name here, if you're emailing a professor, professor is a safe bet. You can say doctor, if they have a doctorate, but anyone who teaches a course is going to be a professor. And then their last name here. If you're emailing an employer or an advisor or something like that, you can say Mr. or Ms. I would recommend MS rather than MRS just to avoid any assumptions. But that is how you would kind of go about that. And do research if you need to on these folks so it is accurate. And then we move on to the body of the email. So first we're going to start off with just kind of the context. So you can say what your name is. You're a student in a particular course that meets at this time. And then following up with, I have a few questions regarding study techniques for the midterm, okay? And then in most cases, if you did have questions about that, you would just go to office hours. But this person has another class scheduled during office hours, so they're asking if it would be possible to set up an appointment to discuss how to best prepare for this exam. All right, and then they share some times that they are available, which is really helpful for the professor because that cuts down on the number of emails that you have to exchange back and forth. So share some times that you're available and then ask if those dates or times are convenient. All right. This is just one type of email. Others could be asking a question about advising about your curriculum. If you're emailing an employer, it could be following up after an interview. So whatever it is, just make sure that you approach it with gratitude and respect, right? And make sure that it stays concise. Okay, so in this example here, they had questions about study techniques. They could have listed them all out and then expected that professor to answer back via email, but in this case, this is a much better conversation had face-to-face or via Zoom or something like that. So this person probably made a good decision by asking for a meeting rather than listing out all their questions in an email, okay? And then at the end here, always thank them for their time. You can say something like, I hope you have a great day or a wonderful weekend, something like that. And then we sign off, we say best, sincerely, regards, whatever you want to say, and then your name. And then if you don't have an email signature, I highly recommend that you create one. It's really easy. You just go into your settings and create a signature. There's no perfect formula for it. This is just one little example here. But having your name, maybe what year you are and what your major is. You can also put your expected graduation year. And then your email is really helpful as well. Other things you could add would be like a leadership position that you hold on campus, a part-time job on campus, and just include the organization name as well, or the department name. Try to avoid having a really, really long email signature. So we don't necessarily want quotes. We don't need your strengths, your personality type, anything like that. Just keep it really concise so that it's not taking up a ton of room. Okay, just the most important information there. All right, so that is just kind of an overview of how to create these emails. Of course, there's lots of little details that we could talk about as well. And if you ever have particular questions about this, feel free to reach out to us and we're happy to answer those questions. Good luck with everything and have a great day.